Monday night, people talking sports. Anthony.
Sam.
Everyone's talking about this. You know what I'm gonna talk about.
What?
KP.
Oh, yeah.
Kristaps Porzingis is studying Conor McGregor in trash talk. This is exciting.
Yeah, man.
This is how you know he's committed to staying in New York. He wants to get ruder. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
I can't wait. That's like a good combo right there. McGregor and Porzingis.
Sure.
It's like they could be like in a bank robbery movie.
Right.
McGregor would be the guy who's like, this is my last job, but it's not really his last job.
Yeah. KP's just like a nice guy, where McGregor's just like, you don't belong in this life.
And then KP goes on to great things with New York and wins us a title.
Yeah.
Even in the movie.
Yeah.
A kid can
like
dream.
A sci-fi movie, you're thinking?
I mean, yeah, he's committed to New York. The only way he could be more New York is if he got like a bunch of dollar pizza, had really bad diarrhea, and then got a therapist and a roommate. That's how he could be committed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you got like a bit part in a Woody Allen movie, that steals it.
Right.
Where he's like, he's a married guy, but he's unhappy, and he's like, I'm cheating on my wife, and Woody's like, what are you doing? And KP's like, I don't know, life is meaningless. That's the movie right there, write it. We have an amazing show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amir Arison is here from NBC's The Blacklist.
Oh, wow.
James Spader.
Yeah, I love James Spader.
Do you?
Stargate.
Stargate?
I think.
But
I love him.
Spader, you love him, but you're not sure why.
No, I'm pretty sure he was in Stargate.
I didn't see it. Amir Arison.
Missing out.
I'm missing out?
One of my favorite Woody Allen movies.
And it comes full circle. Amir Arison coming up next. People Talking Sports. We're back with Amir Arison, from NBC's The Blacklist. Thanks for joining us, man.
Oh, well, it's great to be here on the MSG network.
Yeah, do you watch MSG?
I do sometimes. Just last night was
you have to throw some times in there.
Yeah, right before this interview, I was like, watch my MSG. No, what was on? There was like a not Hardwood Classics, but an old game. Like, I was looking for. I thought it would be highlights, but it ended up just being like a full game from this past season against Boston.
Oh yeah.
And I attended a Boston game, so I just spent most of the time like looking. Could I see myself?
That's the most actory way to watch a game. Like, let's see. Yeah, so you're a big Knicks fan now.
All right. I can't lie.
Yeah.
This is full disclosure. I'm a huge Knicks fan, but I don't want to get like my jersey burned. Not that I have a jersey in Florida. I did grow up in South Florida.
Sure.
I was a kid when the Heat were an expansion team.
Sure.
I grew up going to those games. Like, the Heat are my team. However, I've been living in New York almost 20 years, which is longer than I lived in Florida as a kid. So the Knicks are also my team. So
Okay.
I really root for both. The only issue would be if they were against each other in like the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm hoping the Knicks can, the moves are still available. I know, they're building around the unicorn. I'm excited.
He's great.
He's awesome.
Oh my God.
So fun to watch. No one's like him.
That's why you're an actor. I was compelled by how you just said awesome. That was amazing. Which player do you identify with as an actor? Because you're Blacklist. You're on Blacklist. You started with a minor role. You end up with a big role. It's kind of like being a second-round pick and becoming Draymond a little bit, right?
That's an awesome example.
That's good.
That's awesome.
So do you identify as that type of player, kind of?
I love Draymond.
Yeah.
I love Draymond. He can get a little talky in media and social. I don't think he's a dirty player like he's accused of.
Really?
I think his leg just at that by accident. I don't. That's a great question. If you look at the Heat this year, my new favorite player is James Johnson.
Oh, I like that.
Dude, he just got a 4-year, $60 million contract after bouncing around the league as like a utility player. And Riley got into him to lose weight. I think he lost like 30 pounds. And as the Heat kept having injuries, they kept going to him more, and he kept getting. I think he started like half the season. I may be wrong about that, but. Dude, he had some of the fiercest dunks last season.
Yeah.
I also think about Bosch, who signed a 5-year, $100 million contract and basically made 40 to 60 million not playing.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him because I think his dream is to play, and he has those blood clots, and so.
And was he one of your guys for sure?
I don't want to talk about the Heat on MSG.
We can talk about the Heat. It's basketball.
Ray Allen, who's in beef with his former team.
We've been talking about it on the show.
You guys won championships together, all together. Like,
I agree. Let it go.
The past.
Boston is a spoiled city. I'll say it I've said it before. Boston, you're annoying me. You know why? Because they're ingrates. They win, and they like. Do you know what I would do for one title? They won the title, and they're still annoyed. Like the whole team too, and it's like you know that if the team forgave him, the city would forgive him. But it's because guys like Rondo and KG and Paul Pierce are going on these like beef tours.
I feel like Pierce is chiller than Rondo and KG.
Definitely. Oh, KG. I mean, there's no one who's more intense than KG.
He's overrated. I'm sorry.
You think he's overrated? Garnett? Shots fired. This has become a controversial show. Garnett's overrated?
I can't believe I said that.
So you said that. I want to know who's an actor who's overrated, do you think? If you think Garnett's, who's like the Garnett of acting?
It's a really tough thing.
It's a tough one?
Just because it was on TV the other day, I can't do it.
You can't do it?
I can't do it. I can't.
Can you tell us a movie? A movie that's overrated.
I have thoughts, but it's just.
I mean, I know you
we're
think
like it's like in the NBA or you just don't disparage your.
I'll tell you comics who's overrated. I'll throw some people under the bus. I got to ask you a couple things quickly. Because we're talking about movies that are underrated. You're in The Visitor, which I think is an underrated movie.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's a great movie.
It's awesome.
Did you know that when you were in it that this is really?
I was just like happy to get a part in a movie like that Tom McCarthy was directing.
He's great.
At the time, he had made the Station Agent.
Right.
So I hadn't done really any movies in any significant roles at that point in my career. I couldn't believe I got it, and I just thought cool. And I remember my friend, she's like, "That's a big deal." I was like, "I'm just like a lawyer in 2 scenes." And they cut one of them. I was like,
right.
But. I knew the movie had some sort had a level of importance.
Yeah.
Things that weren't really talked about, and I liked how it was like the mechanisms of like bureaucracy of immigration and so forth. And my scene was with Richard Jenkins and Hiyam Abbas, who's a great Middle Eastern actress. But I always loved Richard Jenkins, and to have a scene with him, I remember sitting at lunch, and he was like walking by, and I was eating lunch. He's like, "Is this seat taken?" I was like, "No." And I asked him, I was like, "Am I doing okay?" He was like, "Oh, you're great, man. So great." I was like,
wow.
He got nominated for an Oscar for that performance.
He deserved it. He was great. We got to talk about you in a movie coming up. You just filmed it last summer, 20 Weeks.
Yeah, man. Thanks for bringing that up. I did this movie. This writer-director, Lena Pendarkar, she wrote a movie about pregnancy and what happens to this couple at the 20-week scan when there's something wrong, in utero with the baby, and they don't know exactly what it is and what that does to the relationship, and it's a personal story of hers, and it's really like a two-hander, just me and this awesome actress named Anna Margaret Hollyman, and it just premiered this summer at the LA Film Festival, and it did great, and I'm really proud of it, and it's now doing some festivals, and I think it's already got some distribution offers, so I got my fingers crossed for Lena, really.
We're gonna have more coming up next with Amir Arison on People Talking Sports. Stick around. And we're back on People Talking Sports. First off, he's like Anthony if he got successful. Amir Arison.
I'm ready for the show,
Anthony, great to have you. We're out of jokes for you. Anthony DeVito. And finally signed a lease.
Yes!
You're out of your dad's place.
Almost. Tomorrow. So I still have a couple more things to handle, but thank you to my real estate agent, whose real name is Mike Shartman. Thank you. I swear that when he introduced himself, he's like, "I'm Mike Shartman. I'll be your real estate agent." I'm like, "Is that your real name, or are you going through stuff?" He's like, "No, my last name's Shartman." I'm like, "Just show me the apartment."
That's a good way to keep the joke in. Is that's someone's name?
That is someone's name.
Since you're speaking of this, can I jump in? I'm going to a WNBA game tomorrow, and I'm bringing my real estate agent.
You really are?
Lisa
Shartman.
Let me not get her last name wrong.
Kristaps Porzingis has found his mentor, Dirk Nowitzki, training together in Johannesburg.
I think it's Johannesburg, you uncultured vegan. I don't know what that meant, but is it Johannesburg or Johannesburg? Does anybody
Johannesburg,
know?
I was right, but thank you.
You are right. I'm sorry. I'm just on. Sorry.
Johannesburg.
In Brooklyn, it's Johannesburg. No, Kristaps and Dirk, they're good kids.
Why are we so happy that they got together? It's bizarre. We're just like,
because Dirk won and he's great,
for New York it's great.
For New York it's great. Yeah, probably not for. I'm sure Mark Cuban's not thrilled. He's like, we're trying to get Nerlens Noel back. He can't shoot a jump shot. You couldn't have worked with him.
Did you hear what Cuban said about it?
What did he say?
He said at first he was like, I paid Dirk a lot of money. Hell's no, do I want him training him? And then they're like followed up with that. They're like, do you mean that? And he goes, take me literally, but not seriously.
Yeah, it was weird. I
Mark
read
Cuban.
that too. I was like, that doesn't really make a lot of
Yeah,
sense.
no, it's like
Just
a
go sit at
Cuban
Shark
like,
Tank
riddle.
and just throw your ideas
That's what
around.
I would
and
love
make
it.
me feel horrible.
They're doing a mentorship program in the NBA now, though. So it's Dirk and KP. They've tried this before. Greg Oden's. Did you know who was his mentor? Sam Bowie. Imagine how funny that would have been if I got it out clean.
You were almost there. I saw your eyes, and I was really sure.
I lit up.
Yeah. I would love if Dirk and Chris Distefano, they started business ideas to pitch to Cuban on Shark Tank. I was thinking about that. That would be great.
That was it?
That was it. Yeah. Here's what I thought. I thought I would take that to the group, and you guys would really run with it. But you all stoned me.
Eagles Lane Johnson says he'll buy a beer for every fan if the Eagles win the Super Bowl. I don't know if you've seen this guy. He looks exactly like the type of guy that would buy a round.
Right. It's not like trendy, like New Yorkers are going to want, like, microbrew beers. Philly trash will just settle for anything. They'll be like, to buy the whole stadium, after $100, they'll get every, 30-cent beers. And like, yeah.
Thanks for the cause.
Yeah. Thanks for the natty light. If that's a sponsor. I don't know what the sponsors are.
But think about that. If it really happened, would he really spend $500,000 buying
I thought it
beers
was every
for fans?
fan. I didn't think it was every fan at the
better.
stadium. I thought anyone who just said I'm an Eagles fan gets a beer.
So that's even more than the stadium fans.
Also,
that's going
less
to cost him
money.
$1 million in beer.
Well, also though, not everyone that goes to that game is over 21.
That's
so
true.
you're eliminating those people. So you can't really get
You're
kids.
ruining this joke and this concept.
I won't stand for it. Facts are nothing on this show.
And I will never. I'm a big Giants fan. I don't even like eagle as a bird. I'm a pigeon guy.
NBA Live 18 will include the WNBA players and team. This is very exciting for
awesome.
everyone I know.
Yeah, I'm
Everyone's
a big Indiana Fever guy. I don't know.
Is that their name?
I want to
Indiana
talk more
Fever?
about the WNBA names. They just the Fever.
Yeah,
That's the name of a team. It's a thing that people die of in other countries. Just like, let's just name it that. The Sky. What are you just looking up and just be like, what about Sky? Like, I feel like 3-year-olds name WNBA teams. The Liberty, because they freaking learned about the Statue of
Charlotte
Liberty.
Plague.
Yeah, or I think it's the Sting. It's like,
Sting.
Macaulay Culkin died of that in My Girl. Very sad.
I think Amir makes a great point. You can play as a classic team. So if you play as like the Sparks, you can beat the 1950s men that oppressed the women.
That's true.
Yeah. Right.
So you take down Bob Cousy, you make a statement.
Yes.
If you're going to have a kissing booth to raise some money, what athlete would you put in the kissing booth to make the maximum amount of money?
Danica Kirkpatrick count?
Yes, hell yes. I'd give $8, $10 easy.
One of the Manning brothers.
Get Eli in there, make a couple bucks.
I feel like females would bring more attention.
Yeah, I think men are more likely to pay for a kiss than a woman.
Hope Solo.
Oh, Hope so. I was thinking Han Solo.
Kate Upton.
That's a good one. I wouldn't mind giving her a big old smooch.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Very sexy man.
Oily, yeah, he's very oily.
Tom Brady.
Great answer. That's my number one answer. I would give all of my money to make out with Tom Brady.
Joe List and some guy who said the word oily. That was creepy. All right. Well, you did a kissing booth once?
Yes. It didn't do very well. My friend threw a Valentine's Day party, and we were trying to raise money. I want to say for a good cause, but I think it was just to pay for the party. Do you actually know when you do a movie or a series? It's not for.
I like that you're saying it to me because I've never been in a movie, even though I'm trying. You're like, you let me give you some advice.
You did the Martin Freeman thing?
That's true. I did. I did on my first role in a movie last week. I got to throw Martin Freeman, the Hobbit, off the side of the BQE. In the movie. Yeah, it was great, and he was on strings, and I was like,
Chris, are you sure that was a movie?
Yeah. I just hate the British.
He just owes you money?
I just thought that movie sucked. I was like, hey, Hobbit boy, welcome to New York.
This is a big story because the Giants are looking awesome this year. We've had Justin Pugh on. We've had Landon Collins on. We've had all these awesome players on. And this team looks like they're genuinely having fun. Look at this video uploaded of the Giants in the locker room. And get a load of Eli Manning dancing. It is, there's Snacks.
There you go.
Who's that guy dancing?
Snacks, Harrison.
Harrison.
Let's get to Eli.
Socks and slippers on.
Eli,
amazing.
He is.
we call that
amazing.
dad at a bar mitzvah right there.
For you, Ira, the world.
You can tell he had no idea. He had no idea. I just stepped on your Ira joke. I'm sorry.
Amir, don't you dare. No best me ever. You keep going.
I actually forgot what I was going to say because I felt bad about stepping on that joke. No, he looks like. I feel like he didn't think it was like such a secret cam, like when they got Mitt Romney talking about like the 2%. He had no idea he was like being videotaped. It was like near his behind his little locker. It was like 3 seconds.
And I bet you was like Despacito, like some like I said that like Eli Manning would have said it. Despacito. I like this tune.
Isn't it kind of amazing? He looks like there's like no thought, but then he's like so great on the field.
Great.
It's like so effortless and natural, but he just looks like he doesn't care or whatever it is.
I'm excited for Creed 2. Sylvester Stallone says he's definitely fighting Drago in Creed 2. Here's a question.
Oh, the movie Creed 2. I thought you were talking about the band. I was like, you're excited. I was like, who else is excited for you? You're like, I'm excited for Creed 2. I'm like, nobody said we were excited for Creed in the first place.
Also, like how Chris thinks bands operate like that. Like there's a Beatles 2. That's like insane.
Creed 2? Wow, I love Creed 1.
This is my question. Why is Rocky still fighting? He's a restaurant owner.
Wouldn't you want to see Creed 2, even if he gets in a fight with Drago? It's actually about his son.
Right.
About Drago's.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting serious again.
Well,
but
no. It's a good point because he's fighting. He killed
Apollo.
He killed Apollo. Now
Yeah.
his son is going to fight him. What are the odds that they both end up being these world-class boxers? So, the odds are against it.
It's against him, yeah. I'd like to see it.
Whatever. Steph Curry and Del Curry.
Del was not Drago.
Yeah. I'm a big Seth Curry fan.
Seth
That's
Curry?
my favorite Curry. Seth. Everyone forgets about Seth. I felt bad for Seth.
Why? He's good. He's
had
good.
such
But he's
good
not as
season.
good. He's not as handsome. Steph is just. Imagine. What do you mean?
You feel bad for a guy who's going to get a huge contract in the NBA?
And he's
Yeah.
not.
He's an NBA
handsome.
starter.
Yeah, but does he have Mike Shartman as his real estate agent? That's the thing. I want to see his apartment. Because you got to see mine.
Sharpman's got connects in Dallas.
That's true.
And we got more coming up next with Liz Gonzalez. Stick around. We're back with Liz Gonzalez.
Yeah, happy Monday.
Yeah.
Good weekend.
I had a great weekend. Do you have a good weekend?
I did. I was really excited. I went to see Chappelle and Chris Rock last night. I was pumped about it, except when I told you about it, you were like, oh yeah, I saw Chappelle at the Comedy Cellar the other day. No big deal.
Yeah,
Totally
you see
took
him.
the
You
steam
see
out
him
of my
work out a lot at the Cellar. I saw Chappelle the other night at the Cellar, and he was talking to my friend Dan Soder, who's been on this show for like 20 minutes. Soder gets up to walk away. I sit down, and Chappelle just looks up and he goes, "Great talking to you," and walked away. he did not register that I was another person.
Really made a statement there.
I thought we had a connection, but that's cool. But
You saw Hamilton.
I saw Hamilton this
A
weekend.
little jealous of that.
Yeah,
First time?
first time.
Pretty good.
How many times have you seen it?
I've seen it twice.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
Some
amazing.
of us haven't seen it once.
It's a hard ticket. I know. Call my friend Bill Dawes. He can get you tickets.
Bill Dawes? All right. Yeah.
Really?
All right, fine. I was going to call Mike Shartman, but
It's only a matter of time. Yeah, great show. Loved it.
yeah.
What do you got for us this week?
All right, so we're talking about weekend stuff. Obviously,
Yeah.
big weekend in Canton this weekend. For the NFL, a lot of players were initiated into the Hall of Fame. Guys like Jason Taylor, LaDainian Tomlinson, who both got in their first year of eligibility. Yet somehow Terrell Owens, for the second year, was snubbed. Now, we found this out back in February, and he said that the system was flawed and that he didn't really care to get in at this point, which, first of all, you do care. It's the Hall of Fame. And secondly, the system is completely flawed. So the voters are actually members of the media, and they have decided to blacklist. That one was for you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Right on. Yeah.
To blacklist T.O. because of his personality and his relatively large ego. So, yes, I get that, but this is not a Mr. Congeniality Award. This is the Hall of Fame. The only criteria should be how well you played at your position and did you change the game of the NFL. And second in receiving yards, third in receiving touchdowns. He's also the only player in the history of the NFL to score a touchdown against all 32 teams. This is a no-brainer.
Agreed.
Yeah, he should be in the Hall of Fame. I think he definitely would be if the Eagles won the Super Bowl that year against Patriots.
You think that's why?
No, I think there's a lot of reasons not, but I think if you win the Super Bowl, that tips the scales in his favor, don't you think?
He's going to get in eventually, right?
Charles Barkley
Maybe.
never won a Super Bowl, and he's like
Well, that's because he was going to play basketball. Yeah.
It's completely disrespectful, and it's just very hypocritical. You're going to say that T.O. was this, poison in the locker room, but guys like Michael Irvin, who once stabbed a teammate with a pair of scissors, he's in the Hall of Fame.
He's passionate.
He won a Super Bowl
with that.
He won
Marvin
a Super
Harrison
Bowl.
last year was involved in a drive-by shooting, and he was his first year in immediately into the Hall of
Won
Fame.
a Super Bowl.
Is Ray Lewis in the?
Won a Super Bowl.
He hasn't.
Marvin Harrison-
O.J. Simpson won a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Joe Montana won a Super Bowl.
I feel like if they voted again, OJ might not make it in.
Just maybe.
It
That
depends.
criteria would apply, though. That would make sense.
Well, it
Yeah,
seems
Ray
like-
Lewis, we'll see, but you have to
But
be
you know
out
what?
of the
Marvin
league for 5
Harrison
years before
falls
you're
into the
considered.
category as quiet. He's a quiet.
Yes.
He's,
Sure.
I mean, anyone who's polarizing, it's going to affect, when the media votes or when these, we're seeing what's happening with Colin Kaepernick right now, where he doesn't have a job. He's polarizing to owners. T.O. was polarizing to the media, and the media votes on this.
Why does the media
And that's
vote?
not, but
Why
that
does the
shouldn't be
media
the
vote?
standard.
I agree with
were
you, but I'm
hard to
saying that's why
interview?
he's not in. Of course he should be.
It should be like a mix. Isn't like MVP usually a mix of media and like
And vets, yeah.
and staff?
The
No,
media
the
are
NFL,
sad
it's
people.
just
You know
media
what? This is what it is. The media are sad people. You ever taken like a poll and they're like, this many people believe this? Those people are miserable. Why are we using that for the poll? That's what the media is with Hall of Fame. Why do they get to choose?
Do you think he will get in eventually?
Yeah, he will. But some of these guys get in I can't say posthumously.
Get in posthumously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That sucks.
So he has to die?
yeah, he has to die.
This is morbid.
All right.
We took a
Well, this really
turn
took a
there.
dark turn. I apologize for all the good people at home watching people talking sports, but it's been another amazing episode. I feel the Emmys coming to town. Everyone's talking about it. People talking sports. Amir Arison, the Blacklist season 5. Definitely check it out. You're excited for this season, right?
Yeah, I can't believe I still have a job.
Neither
feel
can
the
I.
same way.
Which is
If I was
better?
on a sports team, like 5 years is like longevity.
Well, which is better, actor or sports panelist for you?
I'll tell you. If it weren't for the Blacklist, I wouldn't get to be on a sports panel.
Exactly.
There you go.
But I do like being, I don't know if you were hurting for a guest or something. I feel like the 5th character on the Blacklist.
No, you were our first choice.
No.
No, actually I've never gotten to talk sports on a panel.
Well, you got to
this
come
is
back.
pretty dope.
man.
This
Come
is
back
great.
to the show for sure. Thank you so much for watching at home. People talking sports. Tune in tomorrow night. We got David Deal from the Giants.
See, that's a guest. That's a guest.